Hola y bienvenido a Learn Spanish en SpanishDict.com. Soy Perly Whitmire y soy tu profesora. Hoy aprenderás del verbo impersonal hace, como hace 2 años que vivo en Atlanta. Paro de fumar hace 6 meses y mucho más. ¡Vámonos! ¿Por qué estás estudiando las lecciones avanzadas ahora? Es probable que sepas mucho del verbo impersonal hace, sin saber las reglas. Hacer tiene muchos usos en español y se usa en muchas expresiones comunes. Significa to make o to do, pero en contextos diferentes puede tener muchos otros sentidos. Ya sabes que hacer puede ser muy irregular en muchos tensos, pero para hoy solamente necesitas saber la tercera persona singular del presente indicativo. Hace. Demasiado fácil, ¿no? Pues aprendemos los usos de este verbo extraño. ¿Ya usaste hace para hablar del tiempo? Hace calor. Hace frío. Hace sol. Hace niebla. Hace más un sustantivo o hace plus a noun. También puedes usar el verbo impersonal hace para hablar del presente perfecto. Now, I know what you're thinking. You just learned that the present perfect uses haber plus the past participle, and I didn't say anything about hace then. Well, you're right, because this is a totally different way to do it. You already know how to use the present perfect, so there is no reason to go over that again. But we may want to revisit the simple present of the indicative. You know, the very first tense you used. You can use it with hace to talk about the past as well. Sounds strange? Maybe so. But it is definitely a very useful way to talk about the past when you are including time frames, like if you want to know how long something has been occurring. Estudia las frases y el orden de las palabras. Hace 6 meses que vivo en una hacienda en Chile. I have lived on a farm in Chile for 6 months. Hace 2 semanas que nos casamos. We have been married for 2 weeks. Monto en motocicleta por Portugal hace un mes. I have been riding my motorcycle across Portugal for a month. Navega por el océano Atlántico hace 40 años. He has sailed the Atlantic Ocean for 40 years. Es muy simple, ¿no? Solamente necesitas hace, un periodo de tiempo y el presente del indicativo. Pero, ¿qué es el orden? If you start your sentence out with hace and the time period, then you're going to need to put que before your simple present tense verb, like in the first 2 sentences. You can change around the translation to be a little more literal if it helps. You could say, it has been 6 months that I have lived on a farm in Chile. Or, it has been 2 weeks that we have been married. The other way you can do it is to start your sentence with the simple present verb, and then follow it up with hace and the period of time, like the last 2 sentences. Now, there isn't too much that can help you with wrapping a present tense verb that sounds like a present perfect verb around your brain. Your clue is hace though, and if you see that in the sentence, then you know that the sentence is talking about how long something has been happening, or how long ago something happened. That's our next topic, and the only thing you have to do is change the action verb. Everything else stays the same. See if you can tell what tense you need to talk about how long ago something happened. And don't forget, you can organize the sentences 2 different ways. Paro de fumar hace 10 años. She quit smoking 10 years ago. Hace 2 días que me gradué de la universidad. 2 days ago, I graduated from college. ¿Montaste un camello en el desierto hace un verano? You rode a camel in the desert last summer? Hace un invierno que mi abuela me tejió un suéter y una bufanda. Last winter, my grandmother knit me a sweater and a scarf. You see how in this context, hace plus a specific date can translate to mean last? Hace un verano could mean a summer ago or last summer. Same thing, hace un invierno, a winter ago or last winter. Okay, so did you see what tense the verbs took in all of these sentences? Paro, me gradué, montaste, tejió. The preterite, or the simple past. Super fácil, ¿no? And just like the previous sentences, the order of the words can vary. If you start your sentence with hace, you'll follow it with a time period, then que, then a preterite verb. If you start the sentence with a preterite verb, then you will follow it with hace and then the time period, no que. So now you have two different ways to use hace to talk about the past, but let's compare them side by side so you can see what a difference just a few letters can make. Cuezo este pavo hace 3 horas. I have been baking this turkey for 3 hours. Cocí este pavo hace 3 horas. I baked this turkey 3 hours ago. Uso esta computadora hace 30 minutos. I have used this computer for 30 minutes. Usé esta computadora hace 30 minutos. I used this computer 30 minutes ago. Not too bad, right? Want to try? I'll give you a sentence in Spanish with the verb in its infinitive form. I'll also tell you what it means in English. So if you hear me using the present perfect, then you know you need to conjugate the verb to what tense? The simple present. And if you hear me using the past tense, then you know you need to conjugate the verb to the preterite. Great. Let's give it a try. Hace 30 minutos que mi madre buscar sus llaves. My mother has been looking for her keys for 30 minutes. The translation says, my mother has been looking. Is this the present perfect or the simple past? Present perfect. That means that the verb in parentheses needs to be in what tense? The simple present of the indicative. Busca. Hace 30 minutos que mi madre busca sus llaves. Now you try a few. Hace 2 años que yo mudarse a Chile. I moved to Chile 2 years ago. Me mudé. Don't forget those reflexive verbs. Hace 2 años que me mudé a Chile. Hace 8 meses que nosotros casarse. We have been married for 8 months. Nos casamos. Hace 8 meses que nos casamos. I hope you remembered that the nosotros form is the same in the simple present and the preterite for regular verbs. Nos casamos, present, nos casamos, preterite. It all depends on context. So, you got that last one right no matter what. Everybody gets one freebie. All right, pienso que es suficiente para hoy. You can practice everything you learned in this lesson at SpanishDict.com/learn, where you'll find the picture flashcards for the vocabulary in this lesson, as well as a few quizzes, a speaking and writing assignment, the forum, and video chat. You can also review this lesson on the go by downloading the video podcast from iTunes. And as always, everything at SpanishDict.com is completely free, so check it out. Hasta luego y nos vemos.